So welcome back to another rebuild here on NBA 2K24 Next Gen. In today's video, we have our first post-draft prospect rebuild, and it's going to be Zaccharie Risacher to the Atlanta Hawks. So the Atlanta Hawks went ahead and took Zaccharie Risacher first overall a couple nights ago in the first round of the 2024 NBA draft. Now, many people, myself included, thought Alex Sarr was going to be the guy at number one. Many believe he is the best player in this draft and has been basically throughout the entire process. Now, obviously, there were some rumors kind of sparked up that his agent did not want him in Atlanta. For whatever reason, I don't understand because the Hawks are a pretty damn good team. But they ended up going with Risacher, kind of just put the drama to the side. Now, Risacher is somebody that maybe doesn't have, the highest upside in the draft. But I think he has a really high floor. And although that might not be the best thing for a number one overall pick, he is a big athletic wing that can certainly, create his own shot, all those fun things. So we'll talk about him a little bit more and how he's going to kind of fit with this Atlanta team once we get into the video. Also wanted to let you guys know, if you couldn't tell by the title, we are officially back with the 5-year rebuilds. Now, not every rebuild is going to be a 5-year rebuild. I just want to make that 1,000% clear. The prospect rebuilds will be, though. I know a lot of you guys have been asking for it, and I am happy that we are here today and able to deliver on that. So, Risacher went number one overall. I thought it was as good a place to start as anywhere. Let me know any other prospect rebuilds you want to see. I mean, obviously, I'm going to do them anyways, but which ones you want to see next, let me know down below in the comment section with any other video ideas. Let's get into this one. I know this video is going to be super long, so I will try to make my points very, very quickly before we get into the rebuild, but I do want to go over a couple things. First and foremost, this is a shared scenario. Somebody else spent their hard work, hard time, whatever you want to call it, creating this shared scenario, so a very big thank you to whoever did this. Now, I know I'm going to get the question, so I will just answer it in advance. No, I have no idea who made it. I scrolled through all the shared scenarios. I clicked through about 4 of them until I found a really good one, an accurate one, and one with ratings I thought was really solid that had updated trades as well. So that is the one I'm using. My recommendation would be to do the same thing, save it once, and then continue resaving it every time you want to do a rebuild. On top of that, I am recording this currently as the second round of the draft is going on. So the second round of this draft is not accurate. I understand you probably want it to be. It's just the reality of the time I have to record. So, now that we got that out there, let's go over the Atlanta Hawks. Obviously not a conventional number one overall pick team. Got very, very lucky in the lottery because this was a borderline playoff team, right? This was a team that was fighting for a spot in the play-in and then ultimately ended up being in the play-in, did not make the playoffs, but, this is a talented team. And this is, again, not a team that has the talent of a group that has the number one overall pick. So let's just get into it. Trae Young, I'm assuming we're going to hear his name in trade rumors pretty much all throughout the offseason. Certainly there is an idea that maybe moving on from him would be the best thing. I still don't think Trae Young gets the respect for just how good he is. He's a very good player, and people really don't see that. I understand maybe defense isn't his strongest ability, but he's 25 years old. He is a stone-cold killer. I would love Trae Young on my team if my team had the opportunity to do that. I don't think the Hawks are going to move him. I don't think it would be smart to move him. He's going to be a guy we build around here today. Kobe Buffkin is 20 years old. Decent backup point guard option. Again, maybe we'd like to improve at some point in time. We head over to the shooting guard spot. Very much like Trae Young, DeJounte Murray is a guy who's going to have his name in some rumors, whether it's, to all sorts of teams that'll have interest. I think the pairing of Trae and DeJounte hasn't worked out. Many people also share that opinion, and it's a weird fit, right? I mean, we assume that a 6'4", 6'5" guard like DeJounte Murray is really good defensively, would maybe help make up for some of Trae Young's defensive weaknesses. It just really doesn't seem like a really good fit. I know there's a lot of reallys. So I'm not sure what they'll do with DeJounte Murray. I think Trae Young has higher value. I think maybe they like Murray a little bit more, though. Bogdanovich, he's 31 years old. 2K regresses him like hell. It's unfortunate. It kind of is what it is. Riley Kulig is here, 20 years old, second-round pick. Obviously, probably not actually on the Hawks. It's a second-round pick. All right, Zaccharie Risacher, man of the hour, 19 years old. Some people are super down on him, and I understand. I mean, right, this is not a conventional draft, right? There's no Wembanyama. There's no Zion Williamson. There's no Anthony Edwards. There's not a, full-blown, 100% guaranteed kind of superstar here. I'm not saying Zaccharie Risacher can't be that one day. I'm just saying not many people expect him to be that. I mean, for Christ's sakes, his comparison on most platforms is Harrison Barnes, which is tough for a number one overall pick. So we're not getting down on him. This is his rebuild. We are 1,000% committed to that. He'll likely be my starting small forward, or probably small forward, for all 5 years of this rebuild. Jalen Johnson had a fantastic season last year, only 22 years of age. I'd really like him and Risacher to be my wings for the rest of this video. DeAndre Hunter is here, 26 years old. Kind of the odd man out in terms of starters right now, but does have a lot more playing time now that AJ Griffin was traded to the Houston Rockets. Mo Guy is here. I'm pretty sure he actually did he get traded, released? I think they did something with him. He's probably not going to play today. And then the center spot. Clint Capella is a guy who has already been thrown around in a bunch of mock trades. His timeline doesn't necessarily match up super well with this Hawks team. I'm not saying they're fully rebuilding or anything like that, but I think it's going to be at least a few years before they're like seriously competing. He's 30 years old, expiring deal. I think he'd make a little bit more sense somewhere else. Onyeka Okongwu, I would like him to take over the center spot, so we'll figure something out there. And then Bruno Fernando is a serviceable enough backup. So that's the team right now. I'm sure there's a few things missing as we head in here to free agency. Also, you can already see free agency is not 100% accurate. Like Drew Holiday has an extension. Well, that actually might be the only one. Okay, well, we don't really have a lot of money to play with anyways. We've got $12.5 million. I think a trade would be really beneficial to kind of kick things off right now. I also wanted on the record before our first trade, this is not a realistic rebuild. Just get that, okay? All right, making a deal here with the Brooklyn Nets. Clint Capella, Mo Guy are going to Brooklyn for Cam Johnson and Jalen Wilson. Now, you might be asking, you have DeAndre Hunter. How many wings do you really need? And the answer to that question is never enough. So Cam Johnson's going to come in here. He is probably a guy that the Brooklyn Nets are going to move. Now, it will very likely be for a draft pick and future assets like that, but we are making this deal. So one of DeAndre Hunter or Cam Johnson will be the backup 3 instead. Hunter actually goes up 1. Johnson goes up 1 as well. 6'8" versus 6'8". I'll do Hunter, whatever. We're signing Markelle Fultz to a 2-year, $17.5 million contract. We are looking for a little bit of an upgrade at our backup point guard spot. There's nothing wrong with Kobe Bufkin. I just think Markelle Fultz is better. And I do think this team has a chance to at least compete in the Eastern Conference in year 1. So Fultz is going to come in on a 2-year deal. Dylan Windler can go. Seth Lundy, Trent Forrest. Ultimately, Saddiq Bey is a fine piece that I could have brought back. I'm pretty sure he's a torn ACL right now. But ultimately, we just traded for Cam Johnson. I know I said there's never enough wings out there, but we're just going to let him go at this point in time. So, we've kind of, not made a lot of major changes with this team. We've made some. I think the moves we've made are good because I think they give us not only depth, but quality depth. And as I'm sure many of you know, if you watch my videos enough, there is a difference between depth and quality depth. So I think there's maybe one more trade we want to make before we head up to season number 1. Our final trade of our first offseason is going to come with the Houston Rockets. Bruno Fernando, Trent Forrest, and a trade exception are heading to Houston for Jock Londale. Ultimately, 3 overalls higher than Bruno Fernando, is on a multi-year contract. I think it makes a little bit of sense. We're going to have an asset whether we trade him, and we're not going to lose him for nothing in free agency. So kind of feels like a no-brainer for me. I'm excited about that deal, and that is going to be our final trade. I will see you guys at the rotation. It is certainly going to be a very interesting first season for us here in Atlanta. We had the number 1 overall pick. Zaccharie Risacher is now here, and he's surrounded by a lot of talent. We've talked about it a bit so far, but this is not a team that, is bottom out. Like, this is not a team talent-wise that should have had the number 1 overall pick. So, a rare exception in most cases, but I think it's going to be a good thing in terms of his development, both here in 2K and in real life. So, here goes nothing. It's Trae Young, DeJounte Murray. We decided not to split up that backcourt now. I think it would be a good idea to move on from one of them in real life. Fortunately for us, that's not really the case here in 2K. They fit perfectly fine. Zaccharie Risacher here at our 3 now. I'm very much aware DeAndre Hunter is 5 overalls higher. However, I'm going to start my number 1 overall pick, even if the game does not recommend I do so. We got Jalen Johnson here at the 4, and then Onyeka Okongwu rounding out our starting 5. Bench unit's really good, especially for a first season. DeAndre Hunter going to be my 6th man here. Bogdan Bogdanovic, who really didn't regress as much as I thought he would. So shout out 2K, or really whoever created this shared file for, doing whatever it took to make that happen. Cameron Johnson as my backup 4. You got Jock Londale here, and then Markelle Fultz, who I actually originally anticipated playing more than, 10, 12 minutes a night. However, that's just not the case with the way things kind of shook out. And ultimately, our point guard is our best player, so maybe he doesn't need to play as many minutes. But that is the team right now. I am happy that we kind of went about this the way we did, right? We didn't have to force the issue as much because this is a 5-year rebuild. So I hope you all enjoy long videos, by the way. I'll see you guys at the end of year number 1. Year 1 was really good. We go 52-30. I think that is way better than I actually anticipated, and 1,000% will take it. Yet another MVP for Nikola Jokic. Alex Sarr does win Rookie of the Year. Obviously, it would have been nice if Risacher could have got it, but again, we are surrounded with much more talent here in Atlanta. Hang on a minute. What? Why is Jalen Williams coming off the bench? Okay. There are choices. That's not a good one. Depoy is Wemby, is our Thompson, most improved. Anthony Edwards, clutch player of the year. And Thibs, 61-21 for the New York Knicks. I'm assuming that's probably the 1 seed in the East, and it is. We are the 2 seed, though. 1,000% will take that. Here's a look at the Western Conference if you would like to pause. All right, let's get into the stats, the numbers, all that fun stuff. Trae Young was fantastic. 27 points a game, about 2.5 boards, 9.5 assists, 1 steal a game, while being 51% from the field. DeJounte Murray, Zaccharie Risacher, about 12.5, 13 points. 5 boards, 3 assists, 1 steal. He's 41% from the field. We'd like to increase that, obviously. He was about 35% from three. Certainly some work to do there, but not terrible for a rookie season. Jalen Johnson, Onyeka Okongwu, Hunter Johnson, Bogdanovich, Fultz, and then Jock Londale. Rebounds per game was led by Okongwu, and assists was Trae Young. Cannot believe I'm saying this. Not only are we avoiding the play-in, we are now facing a play-in team. That play-in team is the Philadelphia 76ers, who brought back Dario Saric. That's the big move of the offseason, bring back Dario Saric. I mean, they have the best player in the series in Joel Embiid. There is no doubt about it, but I don't know. All right, we win in 5. Moving on to the Cleveland Cavaliers. As I'm sure many of you are aware, the Cavaliers have some sort... Are you kidding me? You put my GOAT, Al Horford, on the Cavs? Don't do that. Don't do that. Come on. The Cavs are good. I mean, they're a solid team in real life, but 2K just has an unknown obsession with them that makes them almost a god squad every single time we do a rebuild. So we're going to Game 7 with them, and we win. Wow, okay. Now the Milwaukee Bucks. Eastern Conference Finals appearance in year 1 is fantastic. I have no idea how they got Jalen Duren and Nikola Vucevic. Where is this money coming from? I don't know. All right, here goes nothing in the East Finals. They, much like the teams we faced, well, maybe not, well, I'm not getting into that, but they have the best player in the series. We're down 3-1 right now, and although a 5 seed, they handle us pretty easily. Oh my... Okay. It is a Bucks and a Timberwolves Finals. The Bucks win it all, and Giannis Antetokounmpo, second career Finals MVP. All right, that was a really successful first season. I think an Eastern Conference Finals appearance is going to be successful no matter which way you look at it, so I will 1,000% take that. Let's skip over this and head up to staff signing right now. I'm pretty happy with Quinn Snyder as a coach. We had a lot of success in year 1, and he has 1 year left on his deal, so he will stay. Wow, this is a different order, isn't it? This just feels like, yeah, this is a different order. Huh. Maybe something's missing. I don't know. All right, well, let's head up to the NBA draft. Let's see what we got. I know we don't, oops, didn't mean to do that. I know we don't have our first round pick. San Antonio Spurs have it, but we do have the Kings first at number 18 and a second at number 29. Can I move this for like futures? Thank you very much. All right, I'll draft somebody. I'm not saying we're going to get some sort of superstar at number 18, but, you know, with 18th overall pick's definitely not nothing. Let's see. Liam McNeely, Carter Bryant, Austin Newley, Colin Murray. I'm thinking positionally, right? There's not a lot of big needs for us. Yeah, I mean, like maybe Colin Murray. I'm just looking at like SN rank, 2K rank, all those fun things. Sure, Colin Murray, why the hell not? I don't know. Welcome to the team. It's not like we're getting a game changer anyways. So Colin Murray's a 76 overall. I mean, that's certainly not nothing. All right, we are bringing back Buffkin, Wilson, Cooley can, well, I'll bring him back. He can be a trade piece maybe. Qualifying offers. Jalen Johnson entering restricted free agency. We certainly do not want to let him leave for nothing. We obviously don't have any money right now, right? Like we're not going out and signing a, you know, superstar like a Tatum or a Brunson or Kyrie. Although it would be nice, that's just not the way we're going to go about this one. So about $17 million annually for Mr. Jalen Johnson. That's fine by me. And I think I do want to maybe make one trade. I don't think I'm going to completely blow this thing up or anything, but one trade won't hurt. So the Detroit Pistons signed away Isaiah Hartenstein from the New York Knicks in free agency, and they're willing to trade him to us here in Atlanta for Markelle Fultz and Kobe Buffkin. I think this is a deal that makes sense. Markelle Fultz really was just never what we kind of hoped he would be, and that's more our fault because we didn't use him correctly. But he's now an expiring contract. Kobe Buffkin had a team option after this next year, but I would rather upgrade our positions and move on from him. So Isaiah Hartenstein and a first-round draft pick. Welcome to Atlanta. It now allows us to maybe move on from Jock Londale, and it certainly leaves a gap at the backup point guard spot. So let's just look at some options here. I've decided the path I'm going to take at the power forward position is going to be a patient one, right? We have the time. We have the extra years. There's no reason to force the issue, make a big decision right now. So unfortunately, Colin Murray probably won't play a ton heading into year 1, but he'll be like our 11th guy. You know, if somebody needs to foul out, whatever, who the hell cares? But as of this moment, Jock Londale. Let's move on from maybe Jalen Wilson as well. I see Cooley still sitting here, so I guess we can throw him in here as well. Bones Highland actually might make a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense. And a first-round draft pick. All right, I will 1,000% take that. Marginal upgrades is exactly what we were looking for, and that is exactly what we did. I will see you guys at the start of year number 2. Last season, we were a really good team, and not only were we really good, we were also very much ahead of schedule for this 5-year rebuild. A year 1 Eastern Conference Finals appearance when you are coming off the number 1 overall pick, given, you know, different circumstances than usual, is really good, no matter which way you kind of spin it. So we made marginal upgrades kind of around the edges, some bench pieces, no changes in the starting 5, but I think this team can be right back where we were last season and hopefully have an actual final strip this time. It is Trae Young, DeJounte Murray, Zaccharie Risacher, Jalen Johnson, and Onyeka Okongwu Okongwu. Bench unit will still be led by DeAndre Hunter. New addition here with Isaiah Hartenstein. Cameron Johnson remains as our, I guess, backup power forward, playing 16 minutes a night. Bogdanovic has regressed a little bit, kind of as expected. And then Bones Highland, I feel kind of bad. He's in the Markelle Fultz role from last year, but he is under contract for multiple years. I will 1,000% take it. All right, I will see you guys at the end of year number 2 here in Atlanta. 56-26 is the record to end our second season here in Atlanta. It is another very strong season. We are hoping for another very long playoff run. Anthony Edwards is your MVP. I mean, he actually might just be Michael fucking Jordan. Dylan Harper, Rookie of the Year, is in Brooklyn. Anthony Simons is now in New York. I don't know how they have the money for that, but he is the 6th man of the year. Wemby, another depoy. Reed Shepard, Most Improved. Ant, Clutch Player of the Year as well. Rick Carlisle, Coach of the Year. All right, let's dive into it a little bit. Let's see where we fell in the standings. We are now the 3 seed, so, I mean, we dropped down a seed. Not the end of the world. And here's a look at the Western Conference. Okay, player stats. Trae Young was fantastic. Once again, he was great. DeJounte Murray, Zaccharie Risacher taking another step in the points per game department is great. Johnson, Hunter, Okongwu, Johnson, Highland, Bogdanovic, Hartenstein. Wow, I thought I'd do a little bit more because he was like our 8th man or 7th man, right? Led in boards by Okongwu, and then assist was Trae Young at 10.5. So it is the 76ers here in round 1. We saw their team last year. There are pretty much no major changes to them again. I mean, come on. All right, here goes nothing. We are quickly up 2-0 against Philadelphia, make it 3-0, and make it a sweep. Wow, the 7-seed play-in Raptors beat the 2-seed Cavs. That's quite the surprise. Here's a look at the Toronto Raptors, who are moving in an interesting direction. I give Toronto a lot of credit for their start to the rebuild. Scotty Barnes, big fat $270 million contract. He's now the face of that franchise. Good for them. All right. Really? Okay, when I complimented the Raptors, I did not mean I wanted to get swept by them. Okay, that's an interesting one because I'm very much aware they were good. Trae Young just fucking carried this team. Yeah, I think we got to make like one sort of major upgrade. I know next season's not the final year, but I think it would just be smart to kind of, we have some assets now, we can get it done. Luka and the Dallas Mavericks win it all. They defeat the Indiana Pacers in a 7-game series. So, draft lottery. Let's dive into it a little bit. It is, wow, okay, no. Oh, wait, Detroit. Okay, wait, what? And San Antonio? I don't know if we're actually supposed to have these picks. Let me double check on that. We have the 10th overall pick from the San Antonio Spurs, and then that is it. I will check on that to make sure. I do want to bring back Quinn Snyder. He has probably the best ratings out of anybody we can possibly go out and get, so that's cool with me. Now let's head up to the draft. Something about this menu is off from what it normally is. I think it's missing a few sections. I don't know. Maybe somebody can confirm that for me. All right, so number what? 10 overall, was it? Yeah, 10th overall pick. Let me double check and make sure we're supposed to have that. So I checked Fanspo, as I always do, because they're pretty accurate with picks and protections and swaps and all those fun things. We are not supposed to have the Spurs pick. The Spurs actually hold the right to swap the pick if they want, and since that first was actually San Antonio's, and it was number 10 overall, our pick was at 26. They obviously wouldn't swap it. So that's just 2K being dumb. I gave them their draft pick back. We now have 26. I know it sucks. It's just 2K's bad with protections. It's something they've never done, never been good at. So I'm not going to take advantage of stupidity. That's just not smart. All right, let's get into it. I do not know this draft class at all. I am certainly not going to sit here and lie to any of you and pretend that I do. I don't know who Meek Thomas is, but he's the only C-rated prospect that is currently available. So he is now going to be an Atlanta Hawk. I don't know if he's actually going to play with us, but he is 6'4" out of Alabama. Fine by me. 73 overall. All right, team player options. Trae Young. Does he really have a team option? Interesting. I'll bring back Bogey as well. Bogey is certainly somebody who's kind of primed to maybe be a trade candidate after we see some more of his regression. We take a look at free agency. This is a pretty good free agency class. Unfortunately, we just don't really have money. So go after and sign Luka. You could have already had Luka, but no. Let's get into some trades. Oh my God, we just made a blockbuster deal with the Toronto Raptors. And what is previous periods? Oh, is this like auto ski? This is all the shit that's missing. That makes more sense. Okay, I don't know why it's there. Maybe somebody had it set on like auto or whatever. I'm getting sidetracked. We just made a blockbuster deal. What the fuck am I on right now? I am trying to look at transaction report. I want trades. Hello, thank you. Cameron Johnson, Bogdanovic, Colin Murray, who we drafted last year, and then 3 first-round draft picks, and that landed us Scotty Barnes from the Toronto Raptors. 24 years of age, a 90 overall, and certainly a significant upgrade and a third option in this starting five. So I felt we had to upgrade one of our front court members. I like Jalen Johnson. I like Onyeka Okongwu, and certainly happy I didn't have to trade Johnson in order to land Barnes, but we just needed a little bit more scoring. We just needed a little bit of a better player in the front court, one of the two places. So Scotty Barnes is certainly going to be that. I am absolutely pumped to have him here. And now moving forward, we do have to figure out a new backup shooting guard, but other than that, there's not really much. So Meek Thomas is 6'4". He has a B 3-point shots. Like, what happens if you move him to the shooting guard spot? Actually goes up in overall. So unless there's a player in free agency, if I have a mid-level exception or something that I can, go out and sign somebody that could contribute now, like, no. We're going to let our first-round pick get some run, and he's going to be the backup to DeJounte Murray. I will see you guys at the start of year 3. After a little bit of a disappointing and early playoff exit last year, we decided we needed to make a major upgrade heading into year 3. And we did just that in a blockbuster trade with the Toronto Raptors that landed us Scotty Barnes. I am very excited to have Scotty here. He joins a backcourt of Trae Young and DeJounte Murray, a small forward of Zaccharie Risacher, and a center of Onyeka Okongwu. That was kind of worded weirdly. You get it, though. Bench unit. DeAndre Hunter will remain my 6-man. Jalen Johnson now, unfortunately, does slide to the bench. I mean, it's not the end of the world. His progression just wasn't necessarily going as well and as fast as I kind of hoped it did, but nobody's going to complain. We got Scotty Barnes. Isaiah Hartenstein remains my backup center. You got Bones Highland still here, and then Meek Thomas, who we drafted 18th overall in round 1. So we're certainly a little bit more top-heavy now. We're not as well spread out, 1 through 10, but I think that's fine. That's how most championship teams are anyways, and I'm hoping we can be one of those. I will see you guys at the end of year number 3. What a fantastic way to wrap up year 3. Not only does Trae Young win his first career MVP award, but we go 68-14. Very much was not expecting that, but 1,000% will take it. But Trae Young, fuck yeah, dude. Cameron Boozer, Rookie of the Year in Chicago. Oh my God, this guy's going to be real good. James Wiseman found a new home in Los Angeles. He's your 6th man of the year. Wemby is your depoy. Damian Sarr, is he related to Alex? And it's Olivier, right? The brothers? Is he related? Italy. No, because the other Sarrs are French, correct? Interesting. De'Aaron Fox, now a Clipper as well. I'm not sure how that happened, but he's your clutch player of the year. And Quinn Snyder, 68-14, as we mentioned, 1,000% deserved coach of the year. All right, let's dive into it. We are obviously the 1 seed here in the Eastern Conference, and only by 7 games, but we did have the best record in the league. Here are the player stats kind of all across the board. It is Trae Young, DeJounte Murray, Scotty Barnes. Third option, fine by me, Zaccharie Risacher. I didn't want to hinder his scoring ability, but again, when you have a moment and an opportunity to land a guy like Scotty Barnes, you certainly cannot pass up on it. Okongwu, Hunter, Johnson, Highland, Thomas, and then Hartenstein is really not doing it in the scoring department. Interesting. That little fucking floater thing he does is so effective, but just so crazy to watch. I'm like, there's no fucking way this is going in again, and it always does. I'm interested to see where he's going to end up. Speaking of New York and Isaiah Hartenstein, Kawhi Leonard's here. Okay. Oh, man. All right, here goes nothing in round 1 of the Eastern Conference playoffs. The Knicks are certainly not my favorite first-round matchup. We are up 3-1, but we do close them out in 5. All right, Cavs lost in round 1 last year. They are back with a vengeance. Jeremy Sohan now here. You got Jalen Tyson at the 3. Okay. I think they're beatable. I hope. I know we have, maybe some personnel to match up with them. Okay, we sweep. Moving on to the Philadelphia set. Look at... I'd like to personally applaud Joel Embiid for, at age 33, finally getting out of the second round of the Eastern Conference playoffs. Good for you, big man. All right, here goes nothing. We are attempting to make the finals. We are kicking the teeth in of the 76ers, and we are now in the NBA Finals to take on the Demons in Oklahoma City that I'm sure many of you are aware are legitimately the biggest pain in the ass to play in this game. They added Jaden Ivey. I'm okay. Ace Bailey is here. Yeah, that's a lot of depth. They're very, very good. So we split the first 2 at home, lose 3 on the road, win 4, go down 3-2. Not what I was looking for. Not what I was looking for at all. I'd like to win this game. I'd like to force it back to Atlanta, and then I'd like to close it out. How about that? All right, we're running them off. That's the third quarter, right? With the season on the line, you're going to give up damn near 50 fucking points in a singular quarter. We're not a serious team, right? We're not a serious... I'm not even kidding. If I was, watching that, if this was my team on the verge of being eliminated, and we had a, fat-ass fucking lead going into the second half, then they gave up 48 points in the third quarter, my television would be thrown out my window. I'm not even exaggerating. That's insane. Now we got to kind of pay attention. I'll see you in there. If this is your first time watching one of my videos, I'd like to apologize in advance. I'm absolutely trash in-game at 2K. I'm pretty decent at the whole rebuilding thing, after 6 years, I'd hope so. 7 years, right? Holy shit. I gotta fucking focus. I'm not very good at the gameplay part. I'm sure many of you are aware of that. And with the season on the line, I need to play some pretty good goddamn 2K. So let's just work here. Trae Young just blow past. Did he just hit the bottom of the basket? I don't know. We got points. That's all that matters. All right, 4-point game. 2 minutes left to go. I think we can get. Come on. All right. Let's go ahead and make sure the starting 5 is in. Let's just go. Starters. Oh, shit. Did Okongwu foul out? He must have. He did. All right. And then, no, I want Risacher in. What? That's okay. We're good. We got the guys in that make the most sense. That's why you go out and, trade and sign a guy like Alex. Sorry. That's why you go out and sign a guy like Isaiah Hartenstein or trade for a guy. All right. Risacher not having the strongest closeout performance, and it's a closeout for us. It's not even a closeout for the. Well, it is a closeout. You get it. All right. Let's just focus here because I got to play lockdown defense, and I'm not necessarily known for my lockdown defense. Or for my skills. So Jaden Ivey just working one-on-one here with Dejounte Murray. Not going well for Ivey. And he is just letting the shot clock drain. Pulls up. Oh, my God. I thought that was going in. All right. Calm, cool, collected. But we got to play with a little bit of pace. That's the bad decision on my part. Work it low. Chet Holmgren. Not big enough. Not what I was looking for. Not what I was looking for. I'm not going to lie to you. Okay. Oh, no. Rebound! Oh, my God. They just keep fucking missing. I have to push the pace 1,000% now. I need it. I need it. I need it. That's what I'm fucking doing right now. God, you all are sickos because you love watching me do this, and we just lost. I made a business decision to wrap up the gameplay. I knew we weren't winning. Chet Holmgren, holy shit. Yeah, I'm bad. You guys all know it now, if you didn't before. Obviously, the good news is that we have 2 more years. I'm not really used to that, but I 1,000% will take it. Let's sim through the draft lottery real quick, see what's going on here with what. I do not see any Hawks logos or anything like that, so that is cool. Staff signing. Still good with Quinn Snyder. I really am. Let's head up to the draft, see what we got here. Nothing. It's fine. We've drafted somebody every single year, so we can skip over it this season. Risacher obviously coming back. We look at qualifying. We have none. I believe Trae Young's actually a free agent. He is. Okay. So is Hunter. So is Hartenstein. This is a sick free agency class. Wemby has 17 offers. He's just going to get matched by the Spurs no matter what. The best unrestricted player is Trae Young, so I need to make sure that I am able to retain his services. I do not want to lose him. He has no real offers, so let's just pay him his money. Same with DeAndre Hunter and same with Isaiah Hartenstein. All right, we get all 3 of these guys back. Saban Lee, everybody else is free to go. I'm actually not going to make any changes. I think 1 more year of development for some of our young guys will do really, really well. And then heading into year 5, if we still haven't won it, that is really when we'll put on some pressure. So this team is really good still. There's no denying that. I will see you guys at the start of year number 4. Wow, that sounds weird. Last year was great. We had a fantastic regular season, ultimately made it to 6 games of the NBA Finals, then lost to the Oklahoma City Thunder, who are pretty damn good. So we decided to run it back. We have the same exact 10-man rotation as last year, which is rare. I don't love doing it, but in a 5-year rebuild, I feel like it makes a little bit more sense. Trae Young, Dejounte Murray, Zaccharie Risacher, who overall is just really not moving as much as I kind of hoped. Scotty Barnes, and then Onyeka Okongwu. Bench unit still led by DeAndre Hunter. You got Jalen Johnson, Isaiah Hartenstein, Meek Thomas, and Bones Highland. So yeah, I mean, there's obviously a lot of talent. This is a championship caliber team. We just got to get over that final hump. Hopefully this is the year. A second straight MVP for Trae Young finishes us with a record of 64-18. Although it's 4 games worse than last year, technically it is certainly nothing to be upset about. I don't know who Elijah, or is this Gilbert's son? If he is, that's so fucking cool, and I am getting so fucking old. Okay, Bronny James, 6th man of the year in Philadelphia. The draft actually just finished up as I'm recording this. He went to the Lakers. Surprise, surprise. Wemby is your DPOY. Has he won DPOY every single fucking year? AJ DeBance, the Rookie of the Year. Most improved player. Devin Booker, Clutch Player of the Year, and Quinn Snyder, our second straight Coach of the Year. Okay, we would like a long playoff run. I think it is time. We are finally due, and we have the best record in the league again. So I need to get this done. I need to get this done, and I need to get it done now. I'm itching for a championship, and I think we have the talent to do so. So let's just go out and get it done. Here goes nothing. First round of the playoffs, it is us and the Charlotte Hornets. LaMelo, Herb Jones, Miller, Isaac Richards. Good team. I think we're still better. I'm not going to lie to you. So we quickly go up 2-0. We go up 3-0. Sweep. All right, moving on to the East semis. Us and the Detroit Pistons. Okay, they don't really move me. I'm not going to lie to you. We went in 6. Wizards here. Carlton Carrington, Keyshawn. Is it Keyshawn? I think it's Keyshawn. Jaime Jaquez Jr., Jarris Walker, Alex Sarb to a 90. You got Suggs off the bench. Bilal Koulibaly. Oh, Kawhi Leonard's just chilling here. He is 36, but that's just, wow. Okay, that Wizards team is pretty damn good. We are 1-1 with them through the first 2. We go up 3-1. We are back in the NBA Finals. Take on the Demon Oklahoma City Thunder. So we are just running it back with a rematch. God, this team's so fucking good. I think we can get this one. I really do. We're up 2-1 right now. Fuck. All right, I didn't want to have to make another big trade, but apparently we do. It was not necessarily something that was, a plan of mine, but, oh, good. Should give the Thunder another top 3 pick? It's fucking ridiculous. All right, do I keep Quinn Snyder? I think I do. Right? Who am I getting here that's possibly better than him? Ime Udoka's sitting here, but, no. We've had really good seasons. We just can't get over the hump, which is the annoying part of it. We're good enough. We just run into these fucking demons in Oklahoma City every single time. All right, we're not drafting anybody again. We're heading up to team player options. Murray declines. He had a $0 player. That's not accurate. But we obviously want him back. And then Risacher also entering restricted free agency. We can obviously match anything he gets. So, yeah, this is a loaded free agency class that obviously I don't really ever see too often for obvious reasons. But, oh, my God. Okay. Let's pay Murray. He's unrestricted. Let's pay a Kongwu, who I'm not going to lie to you guys, could be somebody potentially on his way out. And then I'm also going to pay Bones Highland. Couldn't be another guy that gets traded. And I can obviously wait on Risacher. So we're cool there. Look, I didn't want to make another trade, but we're at the point right now where we kind of have to, right? I can't just keep doing the same thing. It's the literal definition of insanity. All right, let's find a move. Bam Adebayo would be a significant upgrade over Onyeka Okongwu. Okongwu just really hasn't developed the way we kind of hoped he would, and Bam Adebayo is obviously elite at a lot of different things. We're throwing Isaiah Hartenstein in here to make the money work. Ultimately, a pretty solid backup center option, but he just really wasn't producing as well as I kind of hoped, and ultimately that was probably because of the limited opportunity we gave him, but yeah, I want Bam. They want DeJounte Murray for Tyler Hero. I mean, it's not the worst thing in the world, but it just really doesn't move me as much. So we have some draft picks, and as we are heading into the final season, I obviously cannot take them with me. So please just take all of them, and then come on, make the deal. Fuck. All right, I'm probably gonna have to go with Bones Highland. Yeah, I knew it. Okay, that sucks because we're losing, another bench piece that was really important and really valuable to us. But you know what? Maybe I move on from one of Hunter or Johnson now, because I think there's a path out there where maybe I can get 2 players for DeAndre Hunter. So whether it's, it's 2 of the 3 of point guard, small forward, or center. That's what I'm going to look to do. I think that's a smart decision. So let's just see what options we have if we were to maybe move on from him. So I need 2 of the 3. All right, I see a point guard and point guard. I see point guard, center, shooting guard, and power forward. Okay, this might take a minute. Small forward and point guard, but J.D. Williams, whoever the hell you are, not nearly high enough overall. Power forward. Well, I guess this technically could qualify. That's a center, and Akeem Allison. I don't really know who you are. Yeah, you're not great. Oh, man. Well, I could low-key play Isaiah Stewart at the backup center spot. I don't love this trade. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you all and pretend to do it. I could also go Aaron Bradshaw and Simone Fontecchio. I think that's actually what I'm going to do. Unless there's something even better. Zach Collins and Tumari Kamara. All right, that's the one we're going to take. We were ultimately just put in a not-so-great position. We also have to give up a first here. We were put in a not-so-great position that we're honestly just going to have to kind of live with right now, and we still have to go out and sign a backup point guard who, oh boy, I guess Ty Washington Jr. So, we obviously weakened the bench even more, but ultimately we had to take a risk because we haven't won a goddamn thing yet. So I will see you guys at the start of the final regular season. Every single regular season so far has been great. We are also coming off back-to-back finals appearances where we lost to the Oklahoma City Thunder both times. This offseason, we decided we needed a big move. We needed to shake things up a little bit. We did that by adding Bam Adebayo. So we're even more top-heavy now. Our bench is not nearly as good as it has been throughout the entirety of this video so far. But the starting lineup has also never been this good. So here goes nothing. Trae Young coming off back-to-back MVPs. Need him to lead us to the promised land. You got DeJounte Murray, Zaccharie Risacher, Scotty Barnes, Bam Adebayo. It is an elite 1 through 5 no matter which way you spin it. And then hopefully the bench does. I mean, I'm also playing record minutes for the starters. It's 33 plus for everybody. So it's like a playoff rotation, basically, for 82 games. Jalen Johnson, Aaron Bradshaw, Simone Fontecchio, Meek Thomas, and then Ty Washington Jr. So the bench is not great. It is what it is, but the starting five is it's a death lineup, basically. I will see you guys at the end of the 5th in regular final season. If this isn't it, I don't know what is. We go 70-12 to wrap up the final regular season. It is our best record yet, and we need a championship. I am dying. Luka Doncic is a Sacramento King. He damn well could have been in real life, but Marvin Bagley was the choice. Wasn't a good one, but it was. I'm not even going to pretend to know who this is. DJ Wagner, 6th Man of the Year in Indiana. Wemby, another Depoy, just rename the goddamn award at this point. Wagner also wins most improved. Wemby's your clutch player, and Quinn Snyder, 3rd straight Coach of the Year. It's now or never, right? I mean, it's legitimately now or never. So a lot of good teams, a few 60-plus win groups. We are obviously, best record in the league, and here are the kind of the numbers all across the board. Again, I don't care what or who does what at this point. So here goes nothing. Orlando here in round 1. Good team. I think we're better. I don't think they moved me nearly enough. We sweep through the first round. Indiana Pacers here in round 2. Halliburton, Nembhard, Mathurin, Siakam, Turner. Really talented group. There's no denying that. I think we are better, but we got to be okay. We do lose one game. Thank you. I did not mean to do that. It is us and the Chicago Bulls here in the Eastern Conference Finals. White, okay. Yeah, yeah. Here goes the death matchup. It is the Thunder again. We have been there, done. I mean, you have a fucking 90 overall 6th man. Like, cut me a fucking break, right? I mean, come on. I need to win this. I need to... Come on. Come on! Come on! Oh, shit. No. I need somebody to nerf this fucking team. I need you to nerf it like, oh my god, like right now. I get it. The Thunder have one of the best young cores in the league. They have 85 million fucking draft picks, and 2K absolutely loves them. But I need one. All right. I'm disappointed. I'm sorry, Zaccharie Risacher. I hope this was not a bad sign of what's to come in my 5-year prospect rebuilds, but obviously I would have preferred to have started this one out on a little bit of a better note. And it's not like we didn't have the talent. We just ran into, a fucking dynasty in the Oklahoma City Thunder. So disappointing. I know this video has been long as hell. I'm going to end it now. Let me know which player, what prospect, what team you want me to do next down below in the comment section, along with any other video ideas. I can't even speak. I'm fucking delirious. As always, thanks so much for watching. I love you guys. I'll catch you guys all in the next one.